Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. The market did react positively to the Bitcoin ETF approval, but Solana didn't really get a sustained break. In fact, it just touched our resistance area there, which started at $104.93. And above that, we've got resistance of 109.70 and 116.87. But it's basically respecting perfectly this descending trend line. And we don't have a breakout until either the descending trend line is broken to the upside or the ascending trend line is broken to the downside. Okay, so there's a balance of forces at the moment. And I will not rule out that this even turns into some kind of an Elliott wave triangle sideways. So we are still in a holding pattern. Solana hasn't really decided what it wants to do, to be honest. Still all options on the table. Certainly this rejection here that we've seen at the trend line shows a little bit of weakness. We only have 3 waves up of the lows. So not really anything clearly bullish. Certainly not a clear breakout to the upside. It hasn't even got a sustained break above a previous high. But yeah, I mean, if you focused on the upside, definitely the last swing low is support at $92.20, but both scenarios still possible. I've got the short-term bearish and the short-term bullish one on the chart. Let's start with the short-term bullish one and what we need to see for that. To be honest, I really needed to hold at least the Monday low. Better would be even today's low, or here the last swing low, at $92 and $92 basically. In the short-term bullish one, before we start a wave 4 correction, we should get another extension in the third. This is unchanged, and it would likely happen in some kind of a weird ABC of wave A, then B wave, and a C wave. That's sort of how I see it. It could be that this is going to be all of, that this is all of it, A, B, C, and the C just stretches directly a bit higher to $135. And then this would be a 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see how that develops. This is really driving on side. The market hasn't even shown us a clear direction. Still moving sideways. That's short-term bullish. For that, obviously, I told you the levels that need to hold. The breakout point here is the descending trend line. Pay attention to that. I don't like breakout trades, but it could work. And then we have these resistances, especially here at $116.87. There is key resistance. The 78.6 retrace of the move to the downside and the previous structural high. From there, we can look towards $134.80 and $147.47. The move down, the short-term bearish scenario, can easily still unfold from here. Also, a wave down. This could be a B wave in the making, which might even turn into a triangle. A, B, C, D, E, and then down. See, there are many options the market could take here. And I would say it's nearly 50-50. I would still think, one more high is a reasonable expectation. But obviously the levels I mentioned need to hold, and I certainly would want to avoid that it breaks out of the ascending trend line there to the downside. So yeah, I haven't been looking at the chart, since after the ETF approval, and I thought, okay, maybe we've got a bit of a breakout higher, but some coins moved really nicely. Yeah, Solana didn't really do much. Fighting with the $100 mark, definitely strong resistance above, and yeah, I think we have to remain flexible here on this chart. And again, as I said before, we have to wait for a clearer setup to emerge. Market is definitely undecided, and it's moving down in corrective structures to the downside, corrective structures to the upside. Literally, we just have to wait for a breakout. Until we have a breakout, the market hasn't revealed its clear intentions. And even with a breakout, this could simply be a B wave in yellow. Yeah. And trading B waves and predicting and forecasting B waves is extremely difficult. But yeah, if we get another high, the target area is here. I mentioned the targets. The support level is also clear. So $47 is really the main support on this chart. Any break to the downside could find support at $79, 59 and 47, even though 47 would be quite deep. But this fourth wave should happen at some point. Maybe it started. And then even afterwards, I'm still watching for a fifth wave higher. At the moment, a clearer assessment isn't possible. I would still prefer another high at this stage, but it's not a very, very strong leaning. It's just what I think would look best on this chart. But as I said, it's not a very strong leaning. And even a B wave, as I said, even a B wave can overshoot. So it will be difficult to recognize the difference between a B wave if it's overshooting or here an extension in the third wave. Maybe tomorrow we know more. I would say in the next couple of days, this chart should reveal what it really wants to do, and then we can track the pathway. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.